What's up, guys? Jordan here from Show Me Vegas, and look who we have here.
I know, it's been a while. I may not be able to make it to Vegas 6 times a year like this guy, but I figure I can still be in a few videos.
Well, do you remember how to do this?
Yeah, just run the intro video.
All right. Hey, how many times have you been to Las Vegas?
For us added together, it's been nearly 50 times.
In those times, we've stayed at a lot of different Vegas hotels. For me alone, that number is 47.
And we've eaten at a lot of different restaurants, more than 100 before we just lost count.
So we like to think that we've learned a thing or two about Sin City over the past 10 years.
What to do,
Where to stay,
where to eat,
and maybe just as importantly, where not to stay and what not to waste your money on in Las Vegas.
So in this video, we're going to tell you the best,
And in some cases, the worst.
of our travels to Las Vegas.
We're also going to point you to where you can find out more about all of these experiences on our channel. Yes, I am going to promote our own videos on our own channel. It's our channel, we can do that. Now we are going to talk about everything in this video: hotels, restaurants, pools, shows, and even transportation. We thought it would be fun after more than 4 years of putting out regular YouTube content to go back and look at our best moments in Vegas and even some of the best moments on our channel. Naturally, there's bound to be lows along the way as well, so for fun, we're also going to talk about some of the worst. Some of these will be rapid fire, on some others we'll flash back, and for some, there's going to be lost footage never before released on Show Me Vegas. Alright, let's get into it, first with our best hotel stay ever in Sin City. The most important decision you have to make when you visit Las Vegas is where to stay.
Now, we've stayed at nearly every hotel on the Las Vegas Strip, but by far the best overall experience has to go to the Wynn.
It's really pretty. I love it.
It is good.
We didn't know if we would, and honestly, it's beautiful.
Listen, I know this one doesn't fit every style and budget, but that's kind of the point. We're talking about the best here, and Wynn is the best, hands down. Staying at the Wynn or Encore is expensive, and it's not an every trip to Vegas type of experience for anybody but the elite, but it is very much the definition of you get what you pay for. We stayed once at the Wynn and twice at Encore, and all 3 stays were perfection. The room, the service, the restaurants, the pools, the grounds, everything is 100% top notch. If you want to see more, check out one of our Wynn or Encore videos, and even if the Wynn isn't within your usual budget, we would highly recommend splurging on it just once. We don't think you'll regret it. It's definitely fun to talk about your best Las Vegas experiences, but it's also kind of important to talk about your worst. The worst hotel experience I ever had in Vegas was by far at Circus Circus. Alright, where there's a best, there's also a worst, and the creepy carnival definitely delivered that. I don't want to beat a dead horse here, as I detailed my experience in a video on the channel in December of 2023. I call it an experience and not a stay because, well, spoiler alert, I didn't stay. If you want to know more, be sure and check out the video. Despite having an awful time, I did have quite a bit of fun putting the video together, and if I might humble brag for just a second, I think I made lemonade out of those lemons. What's up, guys? Jordan here from Show Me Vegas, and I'm standing outside what's widely regarded as the worst hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. But is it really that bad? And more importantly, is it safe? Well, tonight, you and I are going to find out together. Hope you're not afraid of clowns. Speaking of lemons, while that Circus Circus experience was my worst overall hotel experience in Las Vegas, the worst room I've ever been given was at the Dirty Bird. Who remembers this video from March of 2023? This is the dirtiest hotel room I've ever been in my entire life. Moving on from hotels, let me tell you about the best transportation we've ever had in Las Vegas, and that's JMC Transportation. Thanks to JMC for sponsoring this video. If you've watched the channel very long, you know JMC is our exclusive transportation provider in Las Vegas, and for good reason. If you're looking for luxury transportation in Las Vegas for any reason, whether it's an airport transfer or a special event, then look no further than George and his crew. They provide a level of professionalism and an experience that's second to none. To top it all off, I'm certain you won't find a better value in Las Vegas. Check them out at jmclimousine.com or look in the description box below for a link and a phone number where they can be reached 24/7. You will not regret using JMC. Alright, everybody loves staying in fancy hotels and everybody loves riding in limousines, but one of our favorite things to do in Las Vegas is eat. So let's talk about our best restaurant experiences in Las Vegas.
With more than 100 restaurants under our belt, it's really hard to narrow it down to just one. So we won't. We're just gonna give you our top 3. If I had to pick my favorite overall experience in Las Vegas, it would have to be the Golden Steer.
Now we're probably going to get some hate over this because most people either love the Golden Steer or they think it's completely overrated, with seemingly nobody in the middle. Count us as fans because while there are plenty of places in town that you can get a better steak, there's no place that delivers the old school vintage charm. The restaurant instantly transports you back to a different era with its dim lighting, wood paneling, and themed booths. The service is impeccable with an outstanding waitstaff and a classic tableside preparation of a Caesar salad or a Cherry's Jubilee. And in addition to steaks, one of the best things they serve are enormous Australian lobster tails. We have to get one every time. Whether or not the Golden Steer is overrated can probably best be determined by the availability of reservations. They're not readily available, so if you want to cross this one off your bucket list, be prepared to book your table far in advance. Like in terms of months, not weeks or days. I also love the Golden Steer and it's great for an old school vibe, but if you're looking for a more modern steakhouse experience, Barry's Downtown Prime at Circa is phenomenal. If a more modern but still classic steakhouse is more your thing, Barry's is a great choice. We've also eaten there twice with the intention of turning the second trip into a dedicated video, which never happened. But hey, at least I can use some of that footage right here. We got in and got seated and we noticed on the way in that Chef Barry is actually here tonight. He came over and introduced himself. They've already set us up with a couple of glasses of champagne because we told our server this is kind of a birthday trip for me, so he said happy birthday. How about some champagne? Right off the bat, they brought out the house bread, and this stuff is incredible. Check this out. It's got like marinara baked into the crust of it. Super soft, super fresh, baked in house. Great way to start. Champagne running low, so cocktails have been ordered. Brace yourselves for the cocktail cart. Well, that was pretty cool, and I know they probably get tired of people asking to film them all the time, you know, but I guess it's part of the job. Smoked old fashioned, dirty Tito's martini. Cheers, baby.
I can smell that cocktail. It smells good.
It smells outstanding. Yep.
But now,
so the rib cap has arrived. We had them pre-slice it. You go ahead and eat. We had them pre-slice it, and he went ahead and served it to us with shishito peppers on top. We got that medium. That is how Chef Barry recommends a rib cap, medium. Wow. There's the truffle Parmesan fries, and that is a mountain of fries. I love that they're crinkle fries, too. Crinkle cut.
Wow.
Rib cap pretty good?
Oh my God.
I haven't even finished showing all the food yet.
Literally melting in your mouth. I'm sorry.
I haven't even finished showing all the food yet. Hey, calm down. Just be calm.
I'm so excited for him to try it. So
all right. And then over here we have the Dover sole, and that has shrimp on top of it. I'm going to put that description back up on there on the screen because if you've never had Dover sole before, now we had it at Carbone and they deboned it tableside, and that was amazing. Ever since then, we see Dover sole on a menu, we tend to gravitate toward it. We kind of gravitate toward it, and all right, less talking, more eating.
So steakhouses are classics, but if you're looking for something different, one of the best places that we've ever eaten in Las Vegas was actually an Italian restaurant, and that's Carbone at Aria.
Did you just eat the cheese by itself?
Never.
Yeah, what is it again?
Parmesan.
Aside from the Golden Steer, Carbone might just be the most difficult reservation to get in Las Vegas in 2025. Carbone is normally booked up for months in advance, and for good reason. It's absolutely phenomenal. Carbone is Italian dining modeled after the mid-century Italian restaurants of New York City. The house specialty is the rigatoni alla vodka, and you're sure to find plenty of fresh seafood like we did when we ordered the daily special of Dover piccata, which just so happened to be the best fish I've ever eaten. In addition to the food, the atmosphere is pure class and the service is so good that it's rivaled only by that of the Golden Steer in all of our dining experiences. So there you have them, our top 3 dining experiences in Las Vegas. You know, one thing we like to do almost as much as eat is have a pool day in Las Vegas, so let's talk about pools.
We've published a couple different pool videos on our channel, and we visited all the best. But our top recommendation for the pool scene in Las Vegas is the MGM Grand.
We love a good pool day, and as Ashton mentioned, you can find a couple of videos on the channel where we show you 10 different pool options that we love. But the MGM Grand's pool tops our list. First of all, it's one of the biggest, with multiple pools, a lazy river, a restaurant, several bars, but unlike some of the others on the Strip, it has tons of seating options. A lot of free loungers are available if you get there relatively early, and the supply of pods, day beds, and cabanas is extensive and somewhat more moderately priced than the higher-end hotels. If we were booking a summer vacation to Las Vegas specifically to lounge by the pool every day, the MGM Grand would be at the top of our list. As for the worst pool scene either of us have ever seen in Vegas, well, that honor would have to go to Harrah's. The pool area at Harrah's is small, it's ugly, and it pretty well has no place to sit unless you're willing to pay. If you stay at Harrah's in the summer, be prepared to go to another Caesars property to use the pool. Alright, enough about pools, let's talk about our favorite attractions and shows.
Las Vegas is the entertainment capital of the world. We've seen a lot of shows, some of them that don't even exist anymore. But the best show that we've ever seen in Las Vegas still does exist. It's Absinthe at Caesars Palace.
If you know anything about Vegas entertainment, you've no doubt heard about Absinthe. So does it live up to the hype? We would say absolutely, we loved it. Does it live up to the price tag? That's a matter of opinion. We've only seen the show once and we did want to see it a second time, but we passed because the cheapest tickets we could find that night were $200 a piece. If you're willing and able to plop down that chunk of change, just know the show is very offensive, so if you're even remotely offended, don't go see it. The comedy is pretty raunchy, to say the least. Alright, ready to hear about the worst show we saw in Vegas? Believe it or not, it was Fantasy at Luxor. You've almost no doubt heard about Fantasy. It has been playing at Luxor for 25 years. It bills itself as the gold standard for seductive entertainment on the Las Vegas Strip, and we would tend to disagree. Maybe it is. We haven't seen a lot of adult reviews in Las Vegas, but this one was less classy and more cringeworthy, if you know what I mean. It's more geared toward cheap thrill than it is classy review. So it's the end of the night and you're ready for a nightcap. There's nothing more Vegas than the cocktail lounge. Cocktail lounges in Las Vegas run the gamut from the casino bar to the speakeasy to the rooftop lounge. So we're going to give you our top recommendation for all 3. Vegas is the perfect city for a lounge with a view, and there are plenty of famous rooftop lounges around the city. But the best by far, and possibly the best cocktail lounge in a Vegas resort, has to be Legacy Club at Circa. You know what, rather than tell you about it and voice it over, why don't I just show you our last experience there.
Now we are at Legacy Club atop Circa here. This is on the 60th level, and this has got to be, I think, the best cocktail lounge, rooftop cocktail lounge in Vegas.
The number one thing for me, the atmosphere it's gorgeous. Beautiful views. The lounge itself is just elegant.
We've got the Sunset package, which came with 2 glasses of champagne and 2 cocktails per person. So I'm not sure we're going to be able to check in with you guys again tonight. So if we don't, we'll see you guys in the morning.
Okay, so we will check back in one more time because the running joke around here is that I always get the girliest of cocktails.
Like
Listen,
12 a minute.
it just sounded good. It's kind of obscene, but
Called a midnight show.
the midnight show. And she got the Legacy Club, which is actually no longer on the menu,
But you still can.
but you can still order it. They can still make it. I don't know why they take a drink called the Legacy Club off the menu at the Legacy Club, but it is phenomenal.
Especially since it's so popular.
Cheers, guys.
Pretty much all of the rooftop cocktail lounges in Las Vegas are phenomenal, and I would go to any of them again, but there is one bar with a view that I wouldn't. That's Brewdog in the Showcase Mall across from Park MGM. While the view from their rooftop patio is pretty sweet, the view can only be enjoyed from the outdoor patio, which makes it a terrible place to be in the hot Vegas summer months. And let's face it, Brewdog's beer just isn't that good, and every time we've been, the atmosphere is worse and worse. It's pretty much a ghost town. Okay, let's talk about speakeasies. They have popped up everywhere in Vegas in the last few years. It seems like every new hotel has at least one, but nobody does speakeasies better than the Cosmopolitan. The best, in our opinion, is the Ski Lodge. Ashton, in particular, absolutely loves this lounge. It's tucked away back by Super Frico and the Wicked Spoon Buffet, and it transports you instantly to an actual ski lodge. It has a hot tub time machine feel to it, if you know what that means. It has a great selection of seasonal cocktails. You can even roast s'mores. It's a fantastic little hole in the wall. Just know it's a small place and it does fill up, so get there early or be prepared to wait a little bit to get a seat. Now, we haven't visited a lot of speakeasies that we didn't care for, but there was one in particular we found to be a big letdown. The worst speakeasy in Vegas, in our opinion, is Easy's at Proper Eats Food Hall at Aria. Easy's is almost more of a jazz lounge than a speakeasy, but it is tucked away, kind of hidden behind the donut shop in the food hall. They portray it as very exclusive, it's a little bit hard to get inside, and it's very small. Once you're inside, the music is extremely loud, you cannot hold a conversation, and instead of being surrounded by a cool speakeasy, you're basically just surrounded by green curtains. It's not that great. That's one speakeasy that we will probably never attempt to return to. Finally, let's talk about casino bars. Every casino seems to have at least some type of center bar, and there is one that stands above the rest. It's Chandelier Bar, right? Wrong. I'm talking about the Blue Bar at Fontainebleau. Blue Bar is, in our opinion, the most stunning bar in a casino in Las Vegas, hands down. It's the centerpiece of an absolutely gorgeous casino. The chandelier is stunning, and it's even more impressive when you realize all of the crystals in the chandelier are Fontainebleau bow ties. Listen, Chandelier Bar is pretty cool, but if there's one of these two that I want to hang out in, it's definitely Blue Bar. Vegas is the city that's always reinventing itself, so these recommendations can and will change. What's the best way for them to find out what our recommendations are in the future?
Well, like and subscribe, of course.
Subscribe to the channel. We have a goal of 50,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of this summer. You can help make that happen. It's totally free. Look down, see if you're subscribed. If you're not, hit that subscribe button. Also, while you're down there, give this video a thumbs up and leave us a comment. Tell us your top recommendations in Las Vegas. What's your favorite hotel? What's your favorite restaurant? What's your favorite thing to do? Hey, that's it for this one, guys. We will see you in that next video because there's always more for us to show you
On Show Me Vegas. Bye, guys.